right, well, welcome back. Galen and Stanley both did a tremendous job, but there's only one winner here, and Daryl picked Stanley's eggplant caviar as his lean and mean replacement recipe. Well, don't worry, Galen. This is where you can come back. You can definitely carbo load because this is the dessert round. Here's what happens. We put 10 minutes on the clock, and you guys have to make as many desserts as possible for me. And I'm not worried about health, you know,
as you can tell. Because we're going to load you up.
Load me up, man. All right, well, first, let's take a look at the ingredients. Stanley, what do you see here?
We have dried cherries. We have shredded coconut, mangoes, and condensed milk.
All right, very good. Lots to work with there, lots to carbo load for me. I like that idea. What I want you guys to do now, I want you to step aside with your helpers, step aside with Carol, step aside with Kim. Go ahead, plan my dessert.
I think we'll slice these.
Gonna make a smoothie.
And then we'll toast some coconut and put it on top of that.
See, they might need a little sugar and then just burn them.
I think Carol was getting hungry as you were describing what you're making here. What are you two gonna make for me?
We're gonna make a lassi, which is an Indian smoothie made with yogurt and a mango and some spices in there. And we're gonna make caramelized mangoes with a little, we make a sauce with the coconut and the cream.
Okay, good. All right, you're right. That's a good face for that because it had the same effect on me. What are you making, Galen?
We're gonna make like a mango ravioli, some fake raviolis. We'll just slice these nice and thin and make a cream with the cherries and the condensed milk and kind of put those in between the layers of that. And also a mango cake.
Cake? You have time to make a cake here
for me?
There
are secret ways to make a cake when you're in a hurry. And yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you can log on to the website and get the recipe later.
Well, the secret will be out, but first what we need to do is put 10 minutes on the clock. Both of you ready? Go ahead, make my dessert. How do you know a good mango, Stanley?
I'm gonna use one as a garnish for my coconut sauce and whipped cream with the cherries, and one I use for the lassi, the smoothie.
The smoothie. Yeah, how do you know when they're good?
Just if they're not too firm like these ones.
Right.
And if they smell nicely, then usually...
These are too firm, and yet they got nice color to them. So I'm always looking at the color.
They hopefully have a nice taste. Let's try it.
All right. Good, I'll come back,
Very
all right?
crunchy still.
All right, Galen, what's the secret?
Well, you know what? Sometimes you don't have time to make a cake. You can do things like use pound cake or brioche, things like that you have at home. Yeah.
I'm eating the mango, I'm tasting it, yeah.
And that's just I mean, is it a cheating way? But you want to make something quick, you don't have time. You have this stuff at home, and you can just use it, and there's ways to sweeten it up and make it seem just like a cake.
I have sugar and I have water at home. What am I doing with that?
I hope you have those two things at home. I have two things going on, basically making the same thing. It's a caramel. And you start sugar, water, you start to brown it. And that's what's going to be the base for some of these sauces that I have going later on.
All right, so you get the sugars to start to brown, and that's, as we're all familiar with, it's caramel.
Right.
All right. How are your mangoes doing?
These are okay. I mean, you know, for these raviolis, some firmness is good. You just want it to be sweet, and they're all right.
You're keeping Kim away from cutting the mangoes this round because she cut them with the tortillas in half last time?
Yeah.
All right,
she's whipping cream, so we'll see how she does.
Let me go check in on her. Now, you're making whipped cream. Okay, so is it heavy cream or milk?
It's heavy cream.
Heavy cream.
Yeah.
And then some sugar.
Yes.
All right, and you're good with that, right?
Yes, I'm good with it.
You're good in the kitchen?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
You're not talking to me. All right, talk to Galen, and he'll fill me in on what you got going.
All right.
I want to come back. I want to taste that. Stanley, run it over. What's in the blender?
In the blender, we have the yogurt and the mango, a little bit of sugar. Usually, lassis are made with the rose water as well. Gives a nice fragrance. And in the mixer, we just have egg yolks so far and sugar, and we just whip it up to nice cream where we add our cherries later.
You defined a lassi as a...
It's like a smoothie almost, you know, like with a smoothie you use ice cream usually or milk. Here we use yogurt and just whatever food you have, a nice food.
So this is from India, right? So is it going to have a lot of spices in it as well? And then the yogurt maybe will cut the...
Usually it's not made with spices, but I might use a little bit of the cumin or so inside, like just to spice it up a little bit.
All right, and then the yogurt, when I taste it, it's going to have a nice sort of...
Nice freshness to it, yeah.
Yeah, good. Oh, I look forward to that. All right. Galen,
Yes.
Anything going on? Okay, so
Plenty
you're
going
melting
on
the sugar. You're
Yeah, so I got
caramelizing
a
the
little
sugar.
in the syrup there. I have the cherries, and what I'm going to add to it is a little liqueur. You know, we have a cherry liqueur. This isn't going to flambe or anything.
That's the
but-
cherry liqueur.
This is cherry liqueur that I'm adding into it, and then I'm going to put in this.
Oh, it
this
smells
milk.
nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Yeah, it smells wonderful, doesn't
But
it?
is that going to sort of rehydrate the cherries? Is that what that's going to do?
Well, and all this is definitely going to rehydrate it too. So
Okay.
a whole bunch of that in
That's
there.
the condensed milk, correct?
Yes,
Okay, now condensed milk there's a lot of sugar in that, isn't there?
there's a lot of sugar in it. It's
almost
very,
it's
very
almost
sweet.
half sugar.
Or then some. It's very, very sweet. So you got to be careful when you're cooking it. It doesn't burn.
All right, so you got to keep an eye on that.
I'm a little nervous what's going on by this cream. There's a lot of laughing by the audience. Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
It's starting to come.
Oh, you got way too much in there. This will take an
that's
hour
right.
to whip up.
Oh,
So
I'm
dump
sorry.
some of it out.
Okay.
All right, now here. Oh, wow! Look at this cake you made. This is what you're going to use as the cake, right? So you can just simply use bread.
Yeah, bread, pound cake. This is brioche. Brioche is very dense. There's a lot of eggs in it, a lot of butter, and so it's got a nice little sweetness to it. So it's great for desserts.
Good. All right. I like that. All right, I'm very interested. We got ravioli on this side. We got a lassi over on that side. The chefs are pulling together. About 5 minutes to go. What will they end up with? Who's going to make my dessert? We'll find out when we come back. Coming up.
Nice, just like the pros do it.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, well, you know. If this impresses you, then I'm home free.
We have about 4 minutes to go. Our chefs are in the cooking zone. They're working with mango, sweetened condensed milk, shredded coconut, and dried cherries. And we think we're going to have up some flames over here with Galen. Are you ready to flambe?
You ready?
All right. Here
So-
comes the big show.
This is an orange liqueur. You just come at it like that.
Well, you certainly won the crowd's approval with that. That's
That's
mango,
really the
sugar,
only
and
reason
water.
why I did it. But the little toasted coconut that I just put in there, and then this in there, the sweetened condensed milk.
So what's the flambeing do other than
It
get
just cooks
people
off
cheering
the,
for you?
Yeah, it just cooks off the alcohol. It's a quick way to do it. It's really not that necessary. You could just cook it down. But
Okay.
Exactly,
3 minutes,
that's it.
chefs. 3 minutes to go. Stanley, I'm coming over to your side. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. Wow. Okay.
Get that presentation up beautifully.
Yeah, presentation is certainly important, but this has to be finished. You know. Now we have.
Because you're
Okay.
hungry?
Yeah. All right. So what are you doing here with the torch?
I just sprinkle with a little bit of sugar and caramelize just the edges a little bit here.
Yeah.
Give it a nice appearance.
So this is simply the mango cut beautifully, right?
Just very thinly sliced, and I put it around like a cookie cutter. And I just give it a little color here.
If I don't have a torch for at home, I could use a toaster oven. I could stick it in the
Use
oven.
it,
or-
yeah, like I would say probably like on broil mode, and really give it a lot of heat from the top.
Smells
You like the smell there, right? Okay. And does that adds a little to the flavor as well, certainly, right?
A
You're
little
gonna
bit,
get-
yeah, you get a little bit of the charred flavor, yeah.
2 minutes, chefs. 2 minutes. All right, over here, the eggs are still beating, right?
The eggs are still beating. I still want them a little firmer.
Yeah. And how long do you let this go for? 90 seconds, chefs.
60 seconds.
60.
Into a
All
glass.
right, Galen, I'm running over as we get to the
hoping that
final
it's
moments
here's
here.
my cake. So this is the brioche bread. And we just brush it with some apricot preserves and a little of the orange liqueur, stuff everybody has at home.
I gotta interrupt. 1 minute, chefs. 1 minute.
And here, the mangoes that I flambéed there, we mixed them up in a blender. I added some whipped cream to it, and this is like my yummy little frosting going on.
Kim, Carol, we need you to start setting the tables here. We're under a minute to go, all right?
Okay, I tried squeezing it out.
How's that coming?
What's not coming here? Go start setting the tables
Right,
there. Yeah, it's in Galen's capable hands now. 30 seconds! 30 seconds to go. What was the matter with it?
The blender wasn't blending it up too well, so.
Didn't blend it up
Yeah.
too much? All right.